travelers, and luxury destination adventurers. It's now time to enjoy the journey on Enjoy the Journey with David Hartman and guests. And now, here's David Hartman.
In the Keys.
Greetings from paradise. Welcome to the Enjoy the Journey luxury travel show in the beautiful Florida Keys. A special welcome to our Radio A1A and Cruisin' Country Radio listeners and A1A Media Network affiliates, podcast partners, and live streaming viewers around the world. I'm David Hartman, the owner of Fantastic Endeavors Travel Agency, and I'm the travel agent that always asks two questions. What is your bucket list trip? And where do you wish you were right now? I bet you all wish you were here, kayaking the beautiful trails of John Pennekamp State Park, right in Key Largo, Florida. It's a beautiful day. This is our recreation show. Glad you could join us. Please like this feed. Please share it. And follow our social media and comment along and ask questions. I will be answering questions throughout the show, either from my kayak today or when we get back to our dock halfway through the show. We appreciate your support today. As always, subscribe to the A1A Media Network YouTube channel, where this will be up on Monday morning, and subscribe to get notified when our uploads go live. And also like our social media, my Fantastic Endeavors page on Facebook, A1A Media Network, Radio A1A, and of course my Dave's Disney if you're into that too. Appreciate you joining us. And always, we appreciate our sponsors. Chip Bell, author of the Jake Sullivan series, chipbellauthor.com. Jim LaPointe, talk to Jim for the best mortgage rates in the Keys. Atlas Ocean Voyages, love them. Expedition, Lux Expedition, launching next year in July 2021. We've had four different guests on our show from Atlas, and we love them. Also, check out the new music store on RadioA1A.com. That's a new feature on the homepage. Also, Health Genie, Del Clemens, check out the Health Genie System Checker. And Michael Marinelli, the Real Estate Conch, realestateconch.com. And Vic Figueroa, Key Smartphone Repair. Please stay tuned for messages from our sponsors and be right back and join us for a nice kayaking down Sandy Creek here in John Pennekamp State Park in Key Largo, Florida. We will be right back. Atlas Ocean Voyages offers smaller ships designed for luxe expeditions that extend the reach of adventure travel by sea, with their first ship launching in July 2021. Venture to small villages and remote locations, from the desert city of Petra to the frozen tundra of Antarctica. To experience Atlas Ocean Voyages, call David Hartman, 305-453-9208, Dave at bucketwishtrip.com.
You know, they may be called smartphones, but they are handled by regular folks like you and me. And we break things. Well, no more freaking out about breaking your smartphone, because Key's Smartphone Repair is here. Just click or call keysmartphonerepair.com. That's keysmartphonerepair.com. keysmartphonerepair.com. It's fast, professional smartphone and tablet repair, located in Tavernier, mile marker 90, keysmartphonerepair.com. Click it now and save.
The Health Genie System Checker answers 3 important questions when you are feeling ill. What is wrong with me? How ill am I? And where can I receive care? System Checker puts the information and answers at your fingertips with the most advanced triage and healthcare technologies available. Engage on a personal level in your own words to describe your symptoms with no smart trees or drop-down menus that force self-diagnosis. Health Genie System Checker provides an avenue to early healthcare engagement. Hello, David Hartman with Fantastic Endeavors. Fantastic Endeavors is a full-service travel agency based in Key Largo, Florida, specializing in custom individual and group travel. Our luxury travel advisors inspire people to answer 2 questions. What is your bucket list trip? And where do you wish you were right now? Fantastic Endeavors will personally tailor your journey to your needs. We build extraordinary, enriching experiences curated just for you. Call us today at 305-453-9208 or email at dave@bucketwishtrip.com. Enjoy the journey. Welcome back to the Enjoy the Journey Luxury Travel Show here on the A1A Media Network, Radio A1A. Thank you for joining us today. This is our kayaking show. I always promise this. I did some live feeds in the past to promote it, and now we're going live from the kayak. I got my Steadicam gimbal on this beautiful Clearwater Steady kayak. We are now in Sandy Creek, and I appreciate you joining us through the break. Make sure you support our local sponsors. And as I go through here, I can't show you myself because once I get going, it's too hard to turn the camera around. But when we do end, it will be at my dock. And then from there, we'll do the second half of the show, probably from near my dock. And we already planned this out, weather dependent, so stay tuned. And as always, like this and share it and support our social media. And watch this live again tomorrow at 2 o'clock. First, I'll promote next week. We will be at Pirates Cove Water Sports in Key Largo, Florida, at the Marriott Bay Resort with my friend Michael Byers and David Sheehan. So join us next week, Sunday, October 11th at 5 p.m. So at Sandy Creek, this is actually part of the John Pennekamp network of trails. And this is a beautiful state park, one of the most popular state parks in Florida, right in Key Largo. And my house happens to be located in a neighborhood that overlooks the park. I'm on public property, private homes, in my neighborhood called Winston Waterways at mile marker 102 on the ocean side. And I am literally a few left turns on Route 1 just past John Pennekamp State Park's entrance. And from the entrance there, you can go into the state park and check out their aquarium, check out their different excursions for snorkeling and diving, check out their beaches, Cannon Beach. Oh, behind the wind. And then you can actually rent kayaks and paddle boards and canoes, and you can kayak in these trails, and one of these trails is called Sandy Creek. It's actually marked. And when we do end this nice excursion today through Sandy Creek, you'll see more of the main network of trails. This trail's been cleaned out recently by the famous park staff and volunteers. During COVID, they cleaned up the trail, so now it's more navigable. We are in a pretty high tide, so stay tuned. I may have to duck the Steadicam at times as we're doing this, but please like this and share, put comments in. I will warn you, because of the tightness of these trails, I probably can't comment to you right now, but just stay tuned. In the second half of the show, we're back at my dock. I will definitely comment then and answer your questions. Last week I gave a travel update. I will be providing updates later on in the show. I do have some notes back at the dock I'm going to go through. And there are some minor things I want to update from last week, including a massive layoff at Disney that really won't affect park operations at Disney World and other parks domestically. And there has been a change now also to what's happening with testing and airline travel that I predicted last week. But for a while here, I was wanting you to enjoy one of our top recreation spots in the Keys, John Pennekamp State Park. And you can kayak these trails when you do rent their kayaks and canoes and stand-up paddleboards. And there was one time we were kayaking back in just about a month or 2 ago. On a Sunday, we must have seen every single rental kayak all on one trail. Thank God it was a bigger trail than this. We are with the current right now. There's a big king tide going through. And later on, we may show you back at my dock. It's getting more getting low. But we are with the current right now, which is good news. But check out my pictures from kayaking. I believe I also posted a recent live feed from my high tide in my canal. It's just something we deal with living in the Keys and living in my neighborhood. The John Pennekamp is named after a famous guy from Miami who helped lead the charge to protect the reefs down here. The park itself, boundary goes 3 miles out, which protects some really small snorkel reefs. And they realized because of the restrictions of state parks that protect a certain distance out, the Federal Marine Sanctuary came in, and NOAA and the federal government came in and protected the rest of our reefs. So when you actually dive, you dive the sanctuary. You don't dive John Pennekamp, but when you snorkel and you kayak, you're actually in John Pennekamp, depending on where you are. But from the park, they have awesome operators who'll take you wherever you want to go. Appreciate all you joining today. I'm trying to look and see who's joining. It's a little hard to see and wave right now. This is a solo show. My producer Bonnie's behind me, but she's kind of watching my back. It's too hard for her to hold the camera and me to do this in this kind of tight trail here, but showing you one of our famous trails. What's at our back? Stay tuned. Took a break for the wind there. I'm coming through at a higher tide, getting low. By the time we get to our dock, will be a little lower, I believe. So I'm going to take real care through here, because this cam is a little higher than my head. I already got one problem coming up. You guys up for limbo? Who wants the limbo? Give me a like and a share if you like the limbo. Uh-oh. It's a tough one. All right, we made it. Like I said, the trail's been cleaned up by volunteers and park staff, but it's still a little tight in places, like right here. Stay tuned, folks. It's all part of the adventure. I love to do these kind of roving shows, hence why I keep upgrading my equipment. Today's easy. It's just my phone, doing a Facebook live feed, and on a Osmo 2 Steadicam. It's a second generation. I'm now on a fourth generation. So this is my backup Steadicam, hence why I take a kayaking. I don't recommend it if you see it online. It's not worth the money to charge them, but definitely go for the Osmo 3 or 4. This is like Heart of Darkness kind of stuff. If you're into Robert Conrad, and that's a book that inspired Apocalypse Now, deep in the forest. We are deep in the forest, but this is a marked trail. And Pennekamp Park will tell you how to get here. When you exit, you'll exit on the canal that goes to South Sound Creek, or it goes back to a neighborhood, a cove that goes to my house and leads you back to John Pennecamp's trails. Definitely use Google Maps to your advantage when you run from John Pennekamp. I believe that was our tightest spot until the end, so stay tuned. I may have to straighten the Steadicam here in a minute. I think it's a little off kilter from limboing those trails, but for higher tide, mid-tide basically, we're doing pretty good. Got some spots coming up here. Again, I'm not used to coming through something bigger than my head. Need to be careful so you guys don't get knocked over. But we are the Enjoy the Journey Luxury Travel Show here on Radio A1A, A1A Media Network. For those of you listening on the simulcast on Cruising Country Radio and Radio A1A today, on the online website and on apps. It's a very visual show today. We understand that. We try to keep it lively for the audio feed, and also for the people on the podcast listening on recording, we appreciate you. Definitely check out on A1A Media Network as of Monday afternoon, or probably Monday morning. We have this whole feed on the A1A Media Network YouTube channel, and subscribe to that channel and click for notifications when we do upload. Usually upload every Monday by 8 a.m. And my producer Bonnie does an amazing job of getting this ready. Almost had a close call there. I'm speaking very cautiously because I have to look out. I have to keep looking over the Steadicam to make sure. Again, the Steadicam is a bit higher than my head. I did adjustment this morning, make the equipment a little lower, but it's still higher than my sight line, so I have to be careful. If not, you guys will end up in my lap. But so far, so good. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Please like and comment and share this. And as always, I am in a tight area here. I will look in closely and wave to you all and say hello. It's just very difficult right now. But appreciate the questions. Appreciate the comments. Again, I will have a travel update since I am a travel show. So much is going on right now. People are trying to reopen borders and reopen countries and states and reopen cruise lines. And I had a big update last week. I didn't want to do something different today, something more fun and attractive, and not kind of bore you with a whole another hour of updates. But I do want to give you some updates and talk about where you can travel next, because travel is open in some places. And I have clients that just booked for Sandals Ochi in Jamaica. Where I was there last March. Remember my pictures on Facebook? Check those out from March 19. And they booked for February for our 20th anniversary trip. Thank you, my new friend Robert. And thank you, Justin Fluellen, for the referral. I live by referrals, guys. Keep that in mind. My whole business I don't do much mass marketing besides this travel show on social media. I live by referrals, and I will say it's been a tough year for travel agencies. But next year looks awesome. I do hear some voices up ahead, so we may have some traffic. We'll maybe interview some people as we go by. Hopefully they sign the photo release. And again, the height of the channel is maybe a little higher than normal because of our king tides. It's hard to tell, but I'm just dealing with the height of the equipment because the Steadicam is on a tripod. It's a perfect height when you saw my show start. It's perfect height for me in selfie mode, which I can't go to right now because I have to navigate. I have to focus on you guys. But we are in Sandy Creek in John Pennekamp State Park in Key Largo, Florida. You're in my backyard. Welcome to my backyard. And the show will continue after break from my backyard, from my dock here after the probably halfway through break we're planning on. It takes about that long to get back to the dock. And I do hear voices. It looks like the canal's clear up ahead. So from here, we're gonna hit an opening. Then you're in the main channel of John Pennekamp Park. If you ever rented here, rented a kayak or canoe here, this is what you normally see are these kind of different like pods of openings and these really main trails. And in the feed, I'll try to post a picture, or at least in the comments, I'll post a picture of like a Google Maps of what it looks like. Maybe a Sandy Creek. I'm in a tight spot here, so pardon me, my little paddle's getting stuck. Gonna have to pull myself through. This is the tightest spot we have, so just stay tuned, guys. After this, it's wide open. A little more wind coming, so stay tuned. If it's a little windy, I apologize. I can't control the weather, but it is a beautiful day. It was horrible weather yesterday. I really had another plan for the show today. That went south because of weather. We're supposed to be on Cruising Tiki's, which we will go on soon. And then I'm supposed to go to a friend's dive shop, which we're going next week, and because of weather. And then I decided to stay close to home, and thankfully it was at least good enough to get this done for the show. So I'm very happy about that. Now, of course, it may rain on us, but don't worry, this stuff's water resistant. I'm in a tight spot, guys. I may have to collapse you, so stay tuned. Don't worry, we're not going to stop the feed just for this. We can get through. Oh, I found an opening. Come on, guys, cheer me on. Cheer me on. Woo, 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 woo. We did it. So the sign up ahead, that's Sandy Creek, obviously faces the other way. And we'll now show you the main John Pennekamp Park system here in Key Largo, Florida, on the Enjoy the Journey Luxury Travel Show here on RadioA1A and Cruising Country Radio. And obviously on my Facebook Live. I am owner of Fantastic Neighbors Travel Agency. Obviously I can help advise you on excursions like this, but I do this to kind of show off fun locally, as travel for me has been difficult. Obviously I'm doing shows in Disney World and places in the Keys, and the plan of the show is to do shows from all over the world. That will happen next year. And I already plan to be in Switzerland in March, and I plan to be elsewhere on the world too. And I'll show you the sign now. So this is Sandy Creek. And then when I turn around, I'm going to go like a little shortcut, a little roundabout, but look how narrow that looks. We did it! We navigated it. Congratulations. You guys were a great team. Thank you for all the guidance and the comments and the likes. Again, with my polarized sunglasses on, which I have to wear in here to see around me and see the screen, I can't see what you guys are saying. So I apologize. I'll get to you, when we get back to the dock, definitely. And I definitely, it's not time for a break yet, so I'm not going to take a break just for this. But we keep going. We mush on. I'm gonna skip this way because I've shown you enough tight stuff. I'm gonna go to the main route to look for it, and I'll turn around and show you what it looks like. Pardon the wind. And then from there we'll head home. Welcome to my show. We are in the John Pennekamp Park Trail System just off Sandy Creek. I always wanted to record that. This is my first time actually doing that live or recorded. Obviously with my Steadicam, because without Steadicam, you would not want to watch this right now. But you got a little technology. This actually goes somewhere. It's not at an end. So the main sign for Sandy Creek is that sign. Dead end. Oh my God. Nope, it's not. Look at that. And the key is right ahead is the main channel for John Pennekamp. So if you leave Pennekamp and just stay left, you'll go right into this channel, and you'll come out staring at Sandy Creek. It's that easy. So you leave Pennekamp, rentals by the marina, you go down the main trail, you can go left or right from there. Left is not very far, it goes to the beaches, into the boat channel. Right is the main kayaking trails, and they'll show you a map. And they'll pull out your phone for Google Maps. I mean, every cell phone works back here. Coverage is great. And there's some other kayakers. Hello. And that Bell South Tower is something you see from navigational charts. And there's one of the signs for Pennicamp. I'll show that on the way home because I'm going home that way. Home's going to be a challenge. We may have to cut off the feed early and go to break because of the going into the wind, going home is going to be a big challenge on sound. So I may just meet you back at the dock. It's not very far. I'm right around the corner from here. It's easy as leave Pennicamp Park Marina, the rentals by the marina, and it's right over the bridge, under the bridge. You enter the park by the visitor center, and go down the main channel. Take a right on the first white buoy that says no motorized vehicles, because boats can't come back here. It's too shallow and too protected. And then just stay as I turn around and show you. Hey guys, how's your day going? I'm doing a recording. You're on it. Wave. Hey. You're live. You guys rent from Pennicamp? Was it easy?
Yeah.
Have you found Sandy Creek?
I don't think so.
Do you want to find Sandy Creek?
I don't know.
It's a little tight, especially with the tide the way it is, but it's a cool trail. So if you go this way where we came from,
Yeah.
and just come around, you'll be steering at a sign called Sandy Creek, and go down as far as you're comfortable. It does exit on a boat trail. You can cruise back with the tide, or just come back the same way. It's really cool.
There's room to turn around.
What's that?
There's room to turn around.
Oh, yeah.
In certain places.
Yeah, in certain places.
Thank you.
Enjoy it.
You will have to check a few.
Yeah, it's a little tight. It's a little tight to start, but it opens up. So hopefully they'll have fun. There's a few people out here today. I was going to ask them where they're from, but they're on a mission. So anyways, you take a right, you go on the trail, and just stay on your left the whole way, and then stay left, and then when I turn around, it'll be clear. I'm afraid to turn around because of the wind, but we'll do what we can. So we're in the John Pennicamp main system. This trail here splits off in a second and then splits off behind me. But this is the piece of the trail that it is all one. To our right up here is a little island. And beyond that island is the right turn that is the main spur of the John Pennicamp system. You could go straight, and then there's a little spur on the right that cuts back to it if the crowds are bothering you. But we got more people. Try to get some people on our feed here. It is an interactive show, right? Got any questions for the people? Hey, that's a nice kayak. Hello.
How are you?
That's so cool. Nice.
Vlogging?
Yes. You're live.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, doing a Facebook Live. I'm doing a travel show. I live over there. Where you guys from?
Miami.
Hey.
You're from Spain or from Argentina?
Hey. Nice to meet you. Is that yours or did you rent that?
No, mine.
That's beautiful. So it's inflatable? Is that Kevlar outside? Yeah, very nice. That's awesome.
I'm enjoying it.
That's a Mac Daddy one.
I have a new partner in France, so we can come and
Nice. See that, guys? See, you can bring your own kayaks. Cool. You guys enjoy. Yeah, Miami from Spain and Argentina. Enjoying a kayaking. That's what it's all about. Yeah, I know, but there are more coming, but we got to get going back to the dock. Can't do the show here the whole time, guys. Got some stuff to cover. That's the plan, at least. I mean, the dock time's not going to take for a few minutes, but this is just enjoying outdoors today. I did a live feed a month ago or so from here, and it got rave reviews. That was just a quick check-in. Had some connectivity issues. I know now to avoid those places. It was actually Jellyfish Lake, which for some reason my phone, I don't know, it's wide open out here, but for some reason had bad connectivity. But now we've mapped this all out and done our check, so it works real well. Anyway, so I'm on the right, but you stay where that kayak is that we just met. And if you stay on your left and go down the side channel, then you will see Sandy Creek. And pardon the wind, you may break up my voice a little bit, but don't worry, I'm still here. And we're gonna cruise, and then I'm probably gonna go to break here because I'm doing this with Harry Tiefert today, and he's controlling all the brakes, and my producer Bonnie. And then ideally end up either in my canal or back at the dock. And I'm very, very close to here. But I know it's when I came through today before I started this feed, back at the beginning of South Sound Creek, it was very, very windy. Nice people. And they're all heading towards Sandy Creek. Have fun. So they're that left there. So just stay left. You got more kayakers. How you guys doing? I'm doing a live show. Wave. Hey. Where you guys from?
Oregon.
Oregon. What part? Very nice. My family lives in Bend.
Oh, sure.
And we're not from there, but my sister moved out there, and my mom followed to take care of the grandkids.
Oh, yeah, we vacation there a lot.
It is beautiful. Poland's great too.
So how's the smoke?
It's gone.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Glad to hear.
bad.
Yeah, my parents were. My mom was complaining about that. So there's a lot of wildfires out there. It caused a lot of smoke.
Normally there.
Well, my sister used to have a place out Pacific City,
Sure.
and the coast, beautiful out there.
Yeah.
Love the Oregon coast.
I like the northern.
Yeah, Haystack Rock's awesome. Hey, if you guys want a little bit more challenging trail, stay left up ahead. It pops out to a white sign called Sandy Creek. Check that out. It starts out tight, but then opens up a little bit.
Have fun.
So the guy in head in green is going towards Sandy Creek. Nice to meet people today. You guys enjoy. You're from Portland, Oregon area. Hey, there's Bonnie. I'm gonna say hi to Bonnie, producer. Job's easy today. She's just spotting. We're just doing a straight live, and then we have our man Harry T is handling all the hardcore broadcasting part. I said, Bonnie, you don't have to hold the camera. I can today. We got a nice little tripod on my kayak, working out pretty well so far. Glad you guys joined us. So I'm gonna try to make it to the dock. I'm literally around the corner from here, and then stop it. But I'm already about 20 minutes in since the break, and it's getting time for break, and it's gonna get real windy. I will show you the Pennicamp sign. But got what I wanted today, which is talking to some guests, some people in Miami. First set of people, I had a chance to ask them, is the Miami folks, and then the other ones are heading towards Sandy Creek. So this right spur heads to a cove, and that's basically the cove from my neighborhood, Winston Waterways. My house is directly on the right up ahead. Here comes the wind. So if we cut the brake, you'll know why. It means it's just intolerable for the simulcast to handle. And then if you went left by this other sign, you just pass down on the right. If you went left at the spur, then it would wrap around to a small little open cove, and then right there's a sign for Sandy Creek and go straight. It looks hellish to start out as you saw exiting, but that's just that one branch. And I have to talk to the volunteers about cutting that down, and then from there it gets really, this is a nice trail. I mean, this is a higher tide, even for the time of day it is, and it's real nice. So I'm going to try to go as far as I can, guys. Probably have to go to break soon. And don't worry, we'll be back after break, live from my dock, talking about answering all your comments and questions, so just stay tuned. Talk about some travel today. Good to meet you guys. Have fun. Love the kayak. We got both wind and kind of some tide against us now. I'm going to have to work to get you guys home. Hard to pedal hard with the tripod and Steadicam from me. But we are live on the A1A Media Network, RadioA1A Cruising Country Radio. Thank you for those audience listeners. Thank you for our podcast partners who are listening and recording. Please like us and share it. Add a comment. I'm going to catch up in comments after the break. And questions about travel. Where is safe to travel? What's your favorite travel destination? And do you feel safe to travel there? I had that question last week. Had some good response. I'm glad we fill in because I'm on travel news every day reading about things. And it's getting, getting better. Still challenges, still restrictions, still testing involved. But rapid testing is going to help us all out. This is our kayaking show, showing off recreation in the Florida Keys. I always like to get out and about and show you what we're all about down here. John Pennicamp's open for business. Florida is wide open for business thanks to our governor. Not everyone's for that, but how you feel is up to you. Our restaurants are now opening. Keys have been open since June 1st. And I appreciate our sponsors in the A1A Media Network. Stay tuned for the ads coming up pretty soon. I'm right around the corner from this yellow house. The wind's going to kick up real bad, so I'll probably go to break in about a minute or two. But please pay attention to our sponsor ads and really support our local businesses. They're all local businesses that were Atlas. Atlas is in Miami, international company, but they are a cruise line who sponsor my show, and I appreciate that. Stay tuned at the end. We'll talk again about my Antarctic solar eclipse cruise in November, early December. Yeah, it's getting to that time, getting a lot of wind. I think it's going to be okay. Harry, I think it's going to be okay. The timing of it, like a little late just to get to the dock, but we're going to cruise in a little bit. If he cuts out, stay tuned. You may just see us in the canal. We're gonna make it. Support the wind, guys. I just want to show you where I live. Show you how I get to my place. You may just see me at the dock. Alright guys, we're going to go to break. It's too windy here. I have to put the steady cam down. See you after the break. Atlas Ocean Voyages offers smaller ships designed for luxe expeditions that extend the reach of adventure travel by sea, with their first ship launching in July 2021. Venture to small villages and remote locations, from the desert city of Petra to the frozen tundra of Antarctica. To experience Atlas Ocean Voyages, call David Hartman, 305-453-9208, Dave at bucketwishtrip.com.
You know, they may be called smartphones, but they are handled by regular folks like you and me. And we break things. Well, no more freaking out about breaking your smartphone, because Key Smartphone Repair is here. Just click or call keysmartphonerepair.com. That's keysmartphonerepair.com. keysmartphonerepair.com. It's fast, professional smartphone and tablet repair, located in Tavernier, mile marker 90. keysmartphonerepair.com. Click it now and save.
The Health Genie System Checker answers 3 important questions when you are feeling ill. What is wrong with me? How ill am I? And where can I receive care? System Checker puts the information and answers at your fingertips with the most advanced triage and healthcare technologies available. Engage on a personal level in your own words to describe your symptoms, with no smart trees or drop-down menus that force self-diagnosis. Health Genie System Checker provides an avenue to early healthcare engagement. Hello, David Hartman with Fantastic Endeavors. Fantastic Endeavors is a full-service travel agency based in Key Largo, Florida, specializing in custom individual and group travel. Our luxury travel advisors inspire people to answer 2 questions. What is your bucket list trip? And where do you wish you were right now? Fantastic Endeavors will personally tailor your journey to your needs. We build extraordinary, enriching experiences curated just for you. Call us today at 305-453-9208 or email at dave@bucketwishtrip.com. Enjoy the journey. Hey, we're back. Welcome back to the show. I just ran back from the dock and kayaks are behind us. threw this shirt on and want to continue the show. I was going to try to do the whole show from the kayak, but that wasn't going to work out. The problem is that I couldn't see your comments, so we ran back to the dock. I had everything set up and waiting for us in my home studio here in Key Largo, Florida. But I really hope you enjoyed our little stint there through John Pennekamp Park and the mangroves there. That first we started out at Sandy Creek, which was incredible. Hope you really enjoyed that. And now we're going to talk about some of your comments and some of the updates in the travel industry. I covered a bunch last week, but a lot has changed in a week. And I also want to first summarize what we did. So that was John Pennekamp Park. And the reason I get there from my backyard here, which is right behind me, my dock over here in the kayaks, is I live on Winston Waterways, which adjoins a cove that hits the trails that are part of John Pennekamp Park. These are protected mangroves that protect my house and protect the area. A lot of fish are spawned there, a lot of snappers. And I actually often go out and kayak and see other people kayaking. As you saw on the show today, we actually ran into a lot of great people, which was a lot of fun. So that's why I'm allowed to go into the park. There's no borders or restrictions, and that's why I was able to kayak almost every weekend during the whole shutdown here in the spring and really get into kayaking again since I moved here, was because I live next to John Pennekamp Park. So that's what you saw today. Sandy Creek is special, as you saw. It's a great trail, and hope you enjoyed that footage. And if you need help finding Sandy Creek, maybe I'll give you a tour. So check it out. Thank you for joining. I'm now checking up on the feed. I got the tablet in front of me. I got the updates in my hand about what's going on. We did have a lot of changes. I've just got some sunglasses because it's pretty bright. And I understand, we're trying to hear some comments. There may have been some, freezing or drop slides out there. That's okay. The audio is still good. And when you do a live show and we have connectivity and so on and so forth, but just hang tight. We're going to have a good show and finish you guys out. Want to do some shout outs first. Thanks for being here. Michael Canick, Sherry Vinto, thanks for being here. Sherry Byers Langston. Sherry, we're at your bros place next week. Pirates Cove Water Sports, Marriott Bay Resort, mile marker 103 in the Bayside. Going to do a live on-site show Sunday at 5 o'clock. Check it out and be there. I look forward to lots of comments. May have some more giveaways too. Janice Spivak, thanks for being here. She won the prize last week. Sorry folks, no prizes this week. Got to work on that. And Craig Lloyd, hey buddy. Looking forward to having you dive it again. Bonnie Barnes, our producer. Hey Harry T, glad we're sounding great on Radio A1A and the A1A Cruising Country Network. All of you just joined or just joined part way, you can rewind and watch us now. Wait to the end. It's available immediately on Facebook in my Facebook feed, David W. Hartman, plus we share it to all of our other pages in the networks, my pages, Radio A1A's pages, and watch it from the beginning. We had some great footage. It was really risky for a live show through Sandy Creek and John Pennekamp State Park. Check that out. It was a lot of fun filming, and we really rushed to get back here to finish out the show with you guys and check out your comments. And yeah, Sherry, awesome. And also, those of you listening, we appreciate the podcast listeners on recording. We appreciate the Cruising Country Radio listeners and Radio A1A who are maybe listening online or on the apps. And it is simulcast today. Thank you, Harry T, for doing that. Please go back tomorrow at the A1A Media Network YouTube page, subscribe, and click for notifications to that, like the page. And our complete edited broadcast will be there so you can check out all these visuals we had this morning, which was really special. It's a show I always wanted to do. Took a lot of work putting together, and today we really did a good job. And thank you, Bonnie and Harry, for allowing me to do this show today. It's been absolutely a pleasure. All right. A few of you may have joined early. As I said, I couldn't comment to you when we were on the kayak. It was too hard to hit the phone and like and respond to you guys. And this is a kind of interactive show through the apps. So please, any comments you have now. What is your favorite travel destination? And do you feel it's safe to go there? A little different question than my usual question. I'm always asking your bucket list trip and where you wish you were right now. Travel is a little different right now. I understand that. I still travel for a living. I'm now booking clients. I've been booking clients a lot for next year. After a lot of months of rescheduling, I'm actually doing a lot of new bookings for next year. And I have a few clients about to travel this year. And as I said last week, I had some clients travel recently, including Los Cabos, Mexico, which never closed to tourists by air, by the way. It is a great place to visit. So I am here to help you guys, educate you on where it's okay to travel. But I do want to cover some updates. Last week, I mentioned about rapid testing as the key to opening travel. The vaccine is a long-term solution, First, you got to get it approved through 4 phases. We're somewhat on phase 3. Then people actually have to take it. Then it has to be readily available. And that's a preventative. The key to travel is the rapid test. And right away, as I did my show, announced United Airlines is doing rapid testing for flights to Hawaii. They have a testing program in place. Hawaiian Airlines is now fighting with them to be first in the market for that, because Hawaii is a huge destination, which, as I said last week, is reopening October 15th without a quarantine if you have a test. Before it was you had a quarantine for 14 days no matter what. That's the future of travel, folks, are these testing programs. And you're going to see travel start to open up. Cruise lines have already said, we're going to require a test. Alaska, months ago when they reopened in June, said, hey, come to us. If you don't have a test, that's okay. We'll give you one. We'll charge you a few $100s, and they'll test you at the airport. And by the way, you can't do too much for 3 days till we get the results back. But now they have rapid tests, get the results in 15 minutes. It makes travel possible. Cruise lines could load a terminal, test people, put them on one side of the terminal, all those approved, check in, and boom, off on your cruise. And keep in mind, all cruise lines will be limited capacity. Shore excursions will be limited controlled so you don't go off and running and getting COVID. So just keep in mind, as things start up, just like with Disney and other suppliers, it's going to be very limited. But that's the future. I was so happy to see my prediction last week was happening, and that you're going to see a snowball now. More and more suppliers are going to do their own testing program because our government has not. And it really is, it's a supplier's responsibility, to keep you safe. So keep in mind that testing is safe. It is easy. I had my own test 2 weeks ago. It was very easy, a self-swab. I was negative. Thank you very much. And I love always passing a test, which didn't happen a lot when I was younger. We'll do some more shout-outs again. Thanks for being here. Just finishing up our kayaking show, our recreation show in the Florida Keys today. We were supposed to be somewhere else at Cruising Tiki's, but weather kind of derailed that, so we did our own kind of thing today, and that's no problem. Next week, come on, Sherry, where are we going to be? We're going to be with Michael Byers and David Sheehan at Pirates Cove Water Sports. So stay tuned for that show Sunday at 5 o'clock. And thank you all for being here. Stephanie Wood, thank you for being here. And some of these you joined earlier. I'm still trying to get through the feed to see you. If you have any comments, throw them in. I want to hear, what's your favorite travel destination? And do you feel it's safe going there? All right, so we had a little late start today, so we're going to go probably a little bit over because getting everything set up with the live feed from the kayak, and then had to make sure everything in the dock was here set up as I got back to the dock. And I really hope you guys stick to the end because I want to tell you about a few more things that are happening in travel. All right, another big announcement I talked about last week. As you know, I'm Dave's Disney. I have my own Facebook page. I sell Disney as a big part of my travel business. And Disney had some major news this week that was pretty, I would say disappointing as far as layoffs go. And the thing is that they announced layoffs of 28,000 people in domestic parks. I'm not happy. No one's happy. Cast members are not happy. We have friends that are cast members. I'm not sure if they're still working. I believe they are. I will say most of those positions are part-time. And there's a good portion in Disneyland because Disneyland is not reopened yet. The state of California is fighting with the Theme Parks Association of California because the state of California is not being too forthcoming about guidelines to reopen. If that sounds familiar, that was my argument last week about the CDC and cruises. And actually Bob Iger, the former CEO of Disney Worldwide and now the executive chair, he resigned off the reopening board of parks or the task force because he's disgusted with what's happening there. So the governor and theme parks are not getting along in California. I'm sorry to hear that because Disney's 65th anniversary is going by the wayside, and it's a shame what's happening. I hope they resolve that very soon. Walt Disney World's been open since July, resorts since June. I've been up every month since June, as you know if you follow my feeds. I can't tell you how safe I feel when I'm there, what a great job they've done. Not one case of COVID has been traced back to a theme park in Central Florida. Not a single one. Keep that in mind. Wearing a mask helps, social distancing helps, and having protocols in place helps. And this is why countries like South Korea have been able to have an economy and have a living and never shut down because they had proper protocols in place. Disney got that. Their theme parks in Asia opened first. They learned from the Asian market how to do that, and they are doing a phenomenal job. So is Universal, so is SeaWorld, so is Busch Gardens. They're all doing phenomenal jobs. And Disneyland and California need to work that out. As far as the layoffs go, most are part-time. A lot of entertainers I loved for years are gone. The Grand Floridian Orchestra that was really built for that orchestra, which is already getting kind of moved out. They're doing more of a Fantasyland theme in that hotel. They're gone. The guy, Yeehaw Bob, you probably saw my post at Dave's Disney this week, in Port Orleans, River Roost. I know it's an obscure hotel you haven't been to, but man, if you saw this guy perform, he was just a legend. You can go on Yeehaw Bob on YouTube, and he did a live feed every single week. So anyways. But overall, which is it's sad. I mean, I watch a lot of Disney blogs every week to educate my customers and my followers what's happening at Disney. And I got to say, I was pretty depressed this week about all the people that have been laid off and what's happening. But listen, they were closed for 3 months more. Disneyland's still closed, bleeding money about $40 million a day. No movies out there, only Disney Plus for revenue. And October 1st is their fiscal year, and they're a public company with shareholders. So in the end, it's sad, but it had to be done. Overall, will it affect your theme park experience if you visit? No. There'll be some minor changes in entertainment. Theme parks are not closing. Their main functions are not closing. They're just changing the scope of their business for now. And keep in mind, some of the resorts are not open and are not scheduled to reopen. So a lot of those staff members got laid off, and they'll just somehow replace them. They hardly ever bring people back, I will say, so it's not great news for the cast members that were laid off. This is different than a furlough. A furlough is just they put you on hold and give you health insurance. A layoff is basically you've been let go. You've been fired in a rude sense. So it is a sad day in Disney, but it was coming. And keep in mind that the airlines just announced 30,000 layoffs. So I mean, there's a lot of problems out there right now. And we kind of saw this coming. You can't shut down an economy like ours that's based on tourism and travel and not have repercussions. And I'm not happy about some decisions. I don't stand by them. I don't work for Disney, despite what some of my friends claim. I'm an independent travel agency of fantastic endeavors. I do Disney planning as a big part of my business, both corporate and leisure. But thankfully, I have my own business, and only I say who gets laid off my company. And thankfully, I still have a job. And I'm still selling Disney travel, and we were just up there. We're going back there for a Halloween, and stay tuned for that live feed for Halloween decorations. And Halloween night we'll have some live feeds in general, and then I'll do the show on Sunday afternoon from Fort Wilderness. It's going to be fantastic. So that's the update on Disney. Take the news with a grain of salt. It was announced at a certain time to appease shareholders, and it was a lot of part-time employees, non-union, a lot of entertainers I enjoyed, but they were part-time, so just keep that in mind. All right. Enough about Disney. Moving on. The Florida Keys are open, as we've been reopened since June 1st. Florida's been reopened. There may be some political reaction to that because the governor blindsided everybody by saying we're reopened, but the counties still have control. There was never a state mask rule, so if you come to the Keys and think you cannot wear a mask and walk into our restaurants, no. Wear a mask and protects us from you. That's why you wear a mask. It also protects yourself too, but the main reason you wear a mask is to protect other people around you. And mask protocols in Monroe County and the Keys are still in place, as they are in most county in Florida. I will tell you right now. The governor did his thing for his own reason I won't go into, and that's fine. I don't agree with it because it was silly and no one else backed him up on that. But thankfully, he didn't take all the teeth away from our local regulations, which is, we can still have reduced capacity in restaurants, which we have in the Keys and places, and mask rules are still in place. So keep in mind, Florida travel is wide open, no restrictions coming here. Flying back home is up to you. I don't know. That's up to your state to figure out. Most states are relaxing those restrictions, but Florida is open for business, and the Florida Keys are open for business. Mask rules are in place, and there are some restrictions in place when it comes to capacity in restaurants. But bars been reopened for a few weeks, so woohoo, good news there. And just keep in mind to look ahead. Most resorts have reopened. I mean, I'm pretty sure most resorts have reopened. So that's the Keys update. That's the Florida update. And then California, I gave you part of that update with Disneyland, but they're still kind of trying to find their way out of their own restrictions. They're still number one in cases, so just keep that in mind there. But listen, we're still in a battle. I mean, Jerry Seinfeld said it best, and he was on a talk show I listened to. He goes, hey, sometimes nature got you beat. And you got to say, hey, and this time nature has us beat, and you have to just find your way out of it. And so keep in mind we're doing the best we can, and travel still will happen. I have clients that are traveling end of this year on cruises that are still scheduled, both in Europe and here. Holiday cruises will travel. I think Carnival announced that they're going to have cruises just from Port Canaveral, Miami. It's going to be limited fashion. I would say about March of 2021, you'll see normal schedules if all the protocols get in place. The CDC just extended their no sail order to October 31st. Not a surprise because the cruise lines already said that months ago. So supposedly they wanted to extend it to February. That's just politicking. That wasn't true. But as of know right now, I expect cruises to sail in November. But nature's beating us pretty bad. That's okay. Sometimes nature wins. We haven't experienced this in our lifetime. It happened 100 years ago. And these are things that we have to work out of. So, and as you work through that, I'm here to help because this is what I do. I'm here telling people it is okay to travel safe to a certain place at this time, and it's okay to book this when. I had a client just book, as I mentioned on the kayak, for Sandals Ochi in Jamaica, February. No problem. Jamaica's open now. It's more open by February. Not a problem with that trip. Non-stop flights. He's going to have a great time. Christy Dimmick, oh my God, a good friend. Speaking of world travelers, she was so good to us here with all her great parties and own blue water divers, and she's traveling somewhere in a camper far, far away. Christy, tell us where you're at in the feed. Love to hear from you. See who else we got on board. Amy Chrysler, Amy Slicer Gustafson, my good old friend from a beach cottage. Thanks for being here. She's on every show. I said Michael Kanik, the drone man. You gotta go to Michael Kanik, Kanik, on Facebook and follow his Instagram. This guy posts like every day some crazy drone footage. It's impressive. He is the man with the drone. Excellent. No further questions. I'd love to hear from you guys. We're hitting the top of the hour. Just going to go a little bit longer because we started a little bit late. Going to wind down soon. I do want to talk about my cruise I've been promoting. I do have a few updates there on that. And then we're going to close out the show. But as always, like this, share it. If you're listening to this on recording, don't worry. Please tell me what your favorite destination is, of where you're thinking of going next, and if you feel it's safe to go there, and I'll respond and give you my professional opinion. Because I probably answer a lot more comments after the show in the next 24 hours because people find this on recording both on YouTube and on Facebook. Facebook is instant rewind, or it's always available instantly to record, to listen to. And definitely share that when you find it and like it. Okay, my Solar Antarctic cruise is still on. I don't have the new promotions for October yet. The promotions for free air have expired from Atlas Ocean Voyages, my sponsor of my show, and the wonderful cruise line who is building World Navigator as we speak, to sail from Ushuaia in the South America round trip and hit Antarctica and see totality, 2 minutes of a total solar eclipse down under, once in a 400-year event in that area. It's actually reverse. It's the sun goes from like east to west and normally goes west to east, so it's going to be phenomenal. Space still available. I have preferred rates, as I mentioned, and I'm waiting for the new promotions. So my update is I'll have an update next week. The month just ended. I believe the free air promotion is going to continue, but contact me on that. Some of you have contacted. I got a friend who has a family going with the business class air. Others have inquired about just economy air. But free airport from 16 major gateways in the U.S. is all inclusive. Now the price point's around $15,000 for a nice cabin with a view. Sounds like a lot, but you add it, work in the free air, worked in the included excursions, work in high class booze. It ends up being as cost of a normal luxury cruise. And this is a 12-night cruise to just a bucket list destination and a once in a lifetime, wish I was there right now event with a total solar eclipse. So yeah, it has a hefty price tag, but in the end, save up now. It's not till next November. You got a year to save. And I'll be on that cruise. I'm leading that cruise and look forward to having you on it. So contact me on that. You can find out more about that cruise in my disclosed discounted rates that are exclusive to my agency, Fantastic Endeavors, at bucketwishtrip.com. To contact me about anything I covered today about travel or booking a new trip, 305-453-9208 and Dave at bucketwishtrip.com. That's how you reach me. Also, you can message me here on Facebook on my personal page. If you message me on one of the other pages that you're on watching this, I'll definitely get that message too. I'm always available to help you guys out about travel, because this is what I do. I have a passion for it, and I have a passion and a belief that travel will continue. It is continuing, especially for next year. So it's a great time to book 2021, especially for a cruise to Antarctica with me, David Hartman, your host. Excellent. Next week, you must join us. Sherry Byers-Langston, come on, tell us, where are we going to be? With Michael Byers and David Sheehan, David Sheen was on my show back in August. Check out that show from the Conch House. Live from Pirates Cove Water Sports, the Marriott Bay Resort. We're going to do one of these roving shows, sit down for a bit, cover our show formalities, interview David and Michael, and then show them the operation. We're looking forward to that show. 5 p.m. Sunday next week. That'll be October 11th. Tune in live here on Facebook Live, the RadioA1A Media Network, and Cruising Country Radio. Look forward to having you on the show. And always will be available on the A1A Media Network at YouTube on Monday. It's going to be an amazing show. Please join us. Last time we had Dave on the show, it was one of our biggest feeds ever. All the friends they have. We had over 2,000 views, 1,000 by that night. It was just amazing. And Michael was actually in Key West during that show. This time he'll be in person. So, hey, Sherry got it right. Pirates Cove Water Sports. And hopefully we'll have some prizes for you guys. And as always, guys, when you get on this feed, just one more reminder before I take off. Support our local sponsors and all the people that we have on the show. We ran a lot of sponsor ads to start the show in the middle. They're all local businesses except for Atlas, and please support all of them. And for Atlas, contact me for any information. And always like this, share it, and rewind to the beginning. We'll be on YouTube tomorrow, and then we're on podcast networks. We're on Acast Podcast Network, which goes all to all the feeds, including Amazon now. And that'll be available also by Monday midday. And no need, just listen as you go, and then go back and watch this unbelievable kayaking video broadcast I did in the beginning, and back on our YouTube network feed, which will be available tomorrow. So appreciate you guys being here. You guys have a wonderful Sunday. Appreciate all our fans. Follow our social media, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week live from Pirates Cove Water Sports with David Sheen and Michael Byers, 5 p.m. Sunday, October 11th. We'll see you then. You guys have a fantastic Sunday.
Come on, what are you waiting for? There's serving rum up, it's right next door. There's a party on the sandbar in the Keys.